Today we are headed to one of Denver's hottest spots and the most popular areas in all of town, but no one is moving there. We're going to find out why, and we're going to answer all of the real estate questions about LODO. Alright guys, so we made it down to lower downtown. That's the area we're highlighting today, commonly referred to as LODO. Drove around for a while, found some parking, then we got out to do some filming, and man, it is noisy down there. Maybe one of the reasons people don't live down there. So today it's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to head back to the studio, kind of give you the details of LODO, but also show you around the area that is lower downtown. One reason that I just had mentioned that I drove around for a while looking for parking. That's one of the reasons people like to visit but don't like to live down there. It's very difficult to find parking. If you do live in one of the buildings, high-rise condos, hopefully you have a parking space. Some of those buildings come with one, some do not. Some you have to pay extra for. And I've actually seen in a couple areas of LODO, Brooks Towers being one of the buildings down there, where a parking space, you can purchase one. It might run you as much as $40,000 to $50,000 in the downtown Denver area. Man, steep price to pay for a place to park the car, but you know, for some people it's worth it having that dedicated space, not having to fight people or drive around in circles waiting for a spot to open up. Now, there are a lot of parking garages down in the lower downtown area. With these come the extra costs, right? So you're going to be paying for either a monthly subscription to park there, or you may be paying for daily or hourly rate. So let's identify where LODO is and exactly what neighborhood we're talking about. Here on the map, you'll see that LODO is kind of between Larimer and Lawrence Street on the south end of LODO. On the north end, you go up to the park here. It wraps around Commons Park. And then on the west end, you have Spear Boulevard that kind of wraps around the western border of LODO, and on the east end we got Blake Street and where the Coors Field ends up being. So that's the particular neighborhood that we're talking about. Now this is very urban. There are no single family homes for sale. There are no single family homes, period, in this area of Denver. So very urban, very corporate feel to the entire area. Now, one of the reasons people love visiting it is there is a ton of things to do. You have the Performing Arts Center downtown, where you can catch a live show, live theater. You have Elitch Gardens if you're into amusement park. If you're a sports enthusiast, it's walking distance to the Ball Arena and Coors Field. So a lot of things to do in this area of LODO. And how did I identify that nobody wants to live there? Well, first off, let's clarify that. A lot of people do live in LODO. The reason I have it marked that nobody wants to live there is we have a surplus of inventory in this particular neighborhood in Denver. Now, most of Denver is sitting between 1 and 2 months of inventory in the real estate market. That means if no other homes came on the market, the homes that were for sale would sell out and there would be nothing for sale in 1 to 2 months. LODO is the one exception to that in neighborhoods in Denver. We have 6 to 9 months of inventory at any given time in the neighborhood of LODO. No single families and really no townhomes or multifamily type duplexes in this area. It's all going to be condos and apartment style living. That is one downside of living in LODO and a reason that a lot of people have chosen not to call it home. The other thing that people don't like about LODO and that kind of scares a lot of people away is the high price point. Condos in LODO, the median price point is $875,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot condo. Now, granted, these are pretty high-end condominiums. They are nice, luxury-type living situations. You're not going to find a lot of grungy, dingy apartment-style living in LODO. You're going to find a lot more high-end stuff. On the low end, you might be able to find something maybe just on the outskirts of LODO and, say, a Brooks Towers building that's a little bit older, has a little bit more maintenance to it, but you can get maybe a one-bedroom or a studio in that area for $300,000. But for the most part, you're looking at very high-end, very luxury, very corporate style of living. There are about 90 homes on the market in this little area of LODO as we're filming this video in September. That number stays pretty steady throughout the year. May see a little bit of a spike in the springtime of the year and a little bit of a decline as we get into the winter months. But generally, you're going to see 80 to 90 units for sale in this section of Denver. Another reason, price related, that people do not like living in LODO is high HOA fees. Now, granted that you're going to be living in a building with a lot of amenities, security features in the building, maybe a doorman for the building, a workout facility is generally pretty common in a lot of these buildings, including a pool. Other things like underground parking may be included in your building, but you're going to be paying for these amenities as well, anywhere from $400 to $800 a month in most cases. Higher prices, higher HOAs, limited parking are just some of the factors that scare people away from living in the LODO neighborhood. What are some of the benefits of living in LODO that a lot of people do enjoy and like? It's probably the most walkable area when you're talking about the city of Denver. Walk right out your door, walk down the street. There's probably 5 coffee shops within 2 blocks of where you live. There's grocery stores. Now, if you're looking for more big box stores, chains and things like that, you may have to go a little bit further out. But if you head over to the 16th Street Mall, there's a lot of big box stores. You can do all your shopping, do everything, and never have to get a car. If you are good with a walkable neighborhood and doing Uber for those times that you want to get out, LODO might be the good neighborhood for you. If you want to be at the center of everything, LODO really does have it. I mentioned the Performing Arts Center earlier. You're walking distance to Coors Field. You might not go there for the Rockies because they're a lousy team, but it's a great atmosphere and a lot of things to do and enjoy in the Coors Field area, including McGregor Square. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this tour of Denver. Quick little plug. If you're enjoying this content on the video, please hit the like button, share this with somebody you know is looking to move to Denver, and subscribe to the channel while you're here so you don't miss one of our awesome community tours. McGregor Square is an awesome new development that is right across the street from the stadium. They have a big open kind of courtyard area for viewing parties, whether that's one of the Denver sports teams making it to the playoffs or some other event where you can gather a lot of people in a courtyard and do a watch party. The most common thing I can relate it to is when you see on TV in the Stanley Cup playoffs and they zoom back to a city in Canada and all those people are in a giant courtyard stadium cheering their team on to victory. This is kind of what that is for Denver. So McGregor Square, really cool place to eat, drink, and have a good time. Other things to do around the LODO area is that lots of coffee shops, lots of restaurants. You have Larimer Square, which is a cool place to hang out, to go and grab a meal. But this is a very corporate and very urban type of neighborhood. There's not a lot of character. Living in kind of a New York City style area. There's not a lot of outdoor activities. If you do want to do something that's outdoor related, it's probably going to be car dependent. So you're either going to have to get a car and have it parked and pay for parking or do Uber. One other cool thing to do when you visit Lodo is Union Station. You may have noticed the iconic pictures of Union Station bus terminal, and also sends trains up to the mountains, or you can hitch the light rail to anywhere in the Denver metro area, or take it out to the airport. They recently revitalized the entire Union Station, so even though it's a very historic building, they really updated it and kept a lot of the classic charm. So if you're in Lodo, check that out. Check out the Infinity Bridge. Check out McGregor Square and Coors Field and Larimer Square. Those are kind of the hot spots to check out. So who is the neighborhood for Lodo for? If you want to be one in the action, urban living, you like being in a more corporate environment, you're not scared of the higher prices, and you enjoy living in maybe a little bit noisier of an area. Like I said, when we went out to film on location, there's just too many things going on construction-wise, ambulances, car traffic, different things happening, that it was pretty noisy for about 9 a.m. If you're into a lot of nightlife, having a lot of opportunities to get out and go do things and have the city not roll up at 8 o'clock at night like some of our suburbs do, Denver, Lodo is maybe the place for you. Another reason people are moving to Lodo, and this one may surprise you, but when people think of moving to Colorado, they want to move here because of the great outdoor lifestyle. There's so many things to do in the outdoors, whether that's hiking, biking, mountain biking, skiing, water sports on one of the reservoirs, hitting one of the amazing state parks that we have. Colorado is a very active and outdoor friendly lifestyle state. Now, lower downtown doesn't offer a lot of those amenities. It doesn't offer really any amenities for outdoor living. If you want to get out and mountain bike and do different, activities, Lodo just doesn't have it to offer. So if you want a more active lifestyle and you're thinking of making a move to Colorado, maybe one of the suburbs or neighborhoods outside of Lodo would be best for you. That's why so many people love visiting Lodo, but actually don't like living in Lodo. All right, so what do you guys think? Is Lodo the place to be, or is it very overrated and it's just a great place to visit, but not a great place to live? Let me know in the comments below. If you are thinking of a move to Colorado, hit me up first, call, text, or email, and we will make sure you are set up for success on your move to Denver, whether that's Lodo or one of the other amazing neighborhoods in and around Denver.